Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This video is not quite about me. So this video is actually about my other half. My wife is a big time mountain biker, former pro racer. I just posted a vlog ride with her, which I'll link to in the YouTube card. She was trying to get a second mountain bike put together. Her main mountain bike is an Ibis Ripmo V2. But as you all know, if you ride a lot, you end up breaking parts, having mechanicals, whatever, and it's good to have a second bike. This bike is gonna be a complement to her Ripmo V2. Now, this video is not sponsored. I do a lot of work with Jensen USA, and Jensen was able to get me some employee purchase pricing on this bike, so thank you, Jensen, I appreciate that. I'm also supported by P&W Components, Industry 9, and Shimano. That said, snap this box open and see what wifey's gonna end up riding. One thing I do wanna mention is that when you get a complete bike from Jensen, it comes packaged exactly like this. And this is a pretty cool way to do it. So, here, watch, I'll show you what's going on. Oh, nice. Look at this. Let me show you what's going on here, because there's kind of more than what meets the naked eye. So the way these bikes shipped, they have a special kind of foam packing that really locks everything in place. The bike's basically built and ready to rock. See that foam? It just holds the bike in place. The bike's all ready. Look at that saddle. You can totally tell what bike this is based on that right there. Oh, new bike day. Why, yes it is. There we go. Pull off that custom foam. All right, Jensen, we're gonna test your bike building skills and hopefully this thing goes together. Oh, nicely greased, ready to rock. Before your front wheel's fully installed, you need to make sure that the 6mm Allen is like a half turn or a full turn loose. Then you tighten down your QR axle. In this case, the QR axle on the newer Fox forks, all it does is it tensions the hub bearings against the left side fork leg. So once you've done that and you have this pinch bolt loose, you compress the fork about a half dozen times. Now what's happened is this fork leg has moved a little bit on the axle, and that allows for a better alignment of the two legs within the bushings. Tighten that guy down. 73 PSI in the fork, 155 in the shock. Whole thing's been checked off. Most bikes do ship with inner tubes installed. Tubeless sealant is included in the box when you're ready to pop it over to tubeless. Tubeless valve stems for front and rear. Awesome. I wonder what this is. This looks like a SRAM component. I'm honestly not that familiar with the SRAM parts on this bike. I haven't used a SRAM group set in a long time. I am sponsored by Shimano, so for wifey's bike, this is what was available. We're gonna try it. So I'm setting this thing up tubeless. I just pop off one tire bead in order to do that. Pull out that stalker tube. So I run Industry 9 wheels on all my bikes because I'm sponsored by them, and they're fantastic wheels, but I've got the utmost respect here for DT Swiss. They also make some excellent product. Tighten that thing down and that'll pull the valve stem into place. My own setup for a compressor is very simple. I just use a blowgun with a little straw on the end. Slip that right on there. I learned that from the mechanic of Jerome Clements. Wifey's running clipless pedals. I'm kind of done with clips, but I'll let her have her pedals. Next up, deliver the bike to wifey. You ready?
Oh my God.
Well, first off, came with this.
Oh, a new hat.
Yeah. How's it look?
Can't see it.
I think it looks good.
Get a video of my plant.
Toolkit now.
Hold on tight.
I'll try to stay back.
Jeff's riding really close behind me right now.
We're about to drop in on a fun local descent, and I'm joined with the owner of this new Yeti SB130. Everyone say hello to my wife, Jamie.
Hello.
This is not your only bike. You have another bike as well. Tell me about your other bike.
It's an Ibis Ripmo.
Which one?
The H, I forget.
We just got it recently. It's the V2.
The V2.
Yeah.
The new one.
Yeah. And before that, what were you riding?
Another Ibis. Okay. I'm not super techy when it comes to bikes.
Why did you want to get a Yeti SB130?
Because I rode it in Sedona and it was fun.
Cool. What was fun about it?
Well, it was actually a medium and I ride a small, so it was a little challenging, but it was fun on the rocks because it felt very soft.
It felt very soft. Yeah. I mean, I think it's somewhat soft, but I think it's a little harsher than the Ripmo through the rocks, but then the harder you push, the faster it goes, and I like that. So what size is this one?
This is a small.
Okay. So what's the point of having two super sweet bikes? How often do you ride? Why do you need two bikes?
A few days a week I ride, probably more so in the summer.
Yeah.
The weather's nicer, so when you ride that much, you want to mix it up a little bit. It's kind of like shoes.
Kind of like shoes. But you've also got things wearing out, like brake pads, and then a brake needs fixed or whatever, tire gets flat. You've ridden this thing just a little bit?
This is the second ride, but the first ride where we adjusted the brakes.
Okay. And what brakes are these?
These are the new SRAM.
Yeah, SRAM guides.
Yeah.
And these are totally valid, good brakes, but I'm super into Shimano. They sponsor me, so all of our other bikes have Shimano brakes. This is what this is what was available, so we grabbed it. And SRAM brakes, they're great, but
And then
I'm not used to setting them up, so this could be on me, but we've readjusted them and they're feeling way better.
I should point out that this is the new 12-speed cassette. I'm not convinced, but given that this is the way it's going, we should all get used to it.
Yeah. Do you feel like you need that 12th gear to get up them hills?
Not at all.
It's a pretty hardcore racer everyone's talking to.
Well, in my day, it was a 1x9.
Ah.
And then it went up to a 10, which was pretty cool. Now it's at 12. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens next year.
Oh, geez.
Shall we ride?
Yeah, let's do it. Have you ridden this trail much?
No.
I think we've ridden it together once or
This is my second
twice.
time in the last year.
Second time in the last year.
Yeah. I'm not into going through too many puddles.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm gonna go gentle over the roots.
Gentle over the roots?
Yeah.
Okay. You look good on this bike.
Yeah, it's fun.
Congratulations. I'll give my wife a high five. All right, partner. Drop it in.
Whoa, sorry.
No, you're good. Don't even stress me. I'm more at risk of crashing than you are. Since we filmed this, my wife's had a couple more rides on this bike, and we were chatting last night about it. She made mention that it felt a little bit more nimble than her Ripmo, and I'd agree with that. It feels like the Yeti can be ridden more aggressively and pushed a little harder than the Ripmo, but it's not quite as plush. Nice, Jamie. You splashed through that puddle and it was all empty when I went through it.
Yeah, whoa.
That was a good slide.
Jeff wants to have a conversation.
Whoa.
If we went when it was a little more dry, would have been able to rally harder.
I used to work at Ibis and they used to sponsor me, and I still really like their bikes. The Yeti's got a different feel to it, and it makes a great complement to the Ripmo. Probably my favorite difference between the Yeti and the Ripmo is how the progressivity changes in the stroke. The Yeti is a lot more progressive pretty soon into the mid-stroke, whereas the Ripmo needs a bunch of volume reducers to have a similar feel.
I knew.
I'm glad I'm following you.
On slippery, wet spring days like this, I prefer to follow someone so I don't try to push it and go too fast and yard myself.
Woo! It's a little slip and slide today. This trail goes super fast when it's dry. Woo!
Sketchy.
I'm getting shady. So this bike is pretty nimble. Jeff's riding really close behind me right now. I'll try to drop him on this corner.
I had no idea she was trying to drop me here.
See?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Well, tone it down a little bit. Don't
That's what I mean about
don't yard sale, eh?
the wet roots.
Yeah, take it easy.
I am. It's faster when it's a little less muddy.
Yeah, there's no need to try to go fast because this is like the most dangerous conditions of the year. This and then the early fall rain. So it's been so dry.
Great.
It's all hard pack, but then just sleety up top.
Pacific Northwest riding. Wet roots, trees everywhere, rocks, loam. Beautiful though, it's spring.
Nice, Jamie.
Your viewers have no idea how slippery and sloppy it is.
Wow.
Jeff's just crashed back there. It's a cliff. We're lucky to live here. This is slippery. Sorry, I didn't want to hit that.
It's okay.
That wet root was off camber.
Yeah.
So you don't want to, and it had no bark. So that's the trick. If it's got bark, it usually has traction. But the ones without bark,
Nice.
they're just too slippery. There's roots everywhere. How do you think this bike looks on the trail?
Looks good. I mean, you can't really tell much when it's this slippery. I think it's funny we're matching his and hers Yetis,
Well,
considering we do the same thing with Ibises all the time.
Ibis has been really good
Almost like we're a pair of
over the years.
dentists. Or is that dentai?
I'm a dentist?
It almost looks like we're a pair of dentists.
Oh, is that the joke about Yetis? Dentist.
Nice, Jamie.
Try to get used to these new brakes. Never really ridden these brakes before. So we'll see. It's a test. A wet test.
Sorry, not sorry for all the wheelies, guys. This is just how I ride, and I like to have fun, and this is how it goes.
It is slip and slide today. G out.
We did like the same line, not trusting the berm rut thing. Nice. Yeah, this stuff down here is super slippery
Slippery.
because it's so hard pack.
Don't take your girlfriend down it. Not for a first date anyways. Woo! Or muddy. Jump. I missed it. Jump.
Jump, nice. Oh, I almost high-sided. Wow.
Yeah. Jeff's getting
This
loose
section's
back
like
there.
super sketchy. Whoa, with the rain.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sketchy. It might not look much
I'm
like,
glad you're in front.
huh?
'Cause I don't want to be tempted to go race pace and then just carcass myself.
Now it's raining. Little muddy.
Nicely done.
Not make a mess. Oh, this could have been really fun. This could have been fun.
You would jump this?
Yeah.
You're gnarly. That looks dangerous.
Yeah, this part.
You would jump this.
Careful. Don't break your hip again. I guess breaking in a new bike in the rain is always a good idea.
Yeah, it looks like the brakes are doing way better.
Yeah.
Man, we got to measure the wheelbases between the two bikes.
Yeah.
You look really stable on that thing.
It's a good bike. I recommend it. It's good all around, guys and girls. Turquoise color is a favorite for everyone. Small women can ride a 29er. The trail's gotten significantly more wet since we've been down here. Well, maybe next time we'll take you guys down again when it's more tacky and rowdy and not quite as sketchy. The brakes are working a little better.
So what'd you think?
It was slippery.
It was slippery.
Look at me. Look
You're
at the
beaming.
bike.
You're smiling so big. Bike looks good. So what'd you think of the Yeti in the mud in the Northwest?
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah. No, it's a good bike.
Cool. I agree. I think it's a solid bike.
Yeah, you have to be careful with these conditions though.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it again without the wet route factor.
Yeah. I mean, you did a good job of keeping it on 2 wheels. I almost went down a few times.
Or compare and contrast the two.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's hard to do a compare contrast after one muddy ride.
yeah, these bikes aren't half bad.
No, they're super
Just
popular.
used to riding Shimano. Maybe I'll take the Ripmo down next time.
I mean, like, they're pretty similar
They're
bikes.
very similar.
What, do you notice anything, like, off the top of your head?
I feel like the Ripmo is, you could just kind of plow over everything, and this one's a little more nimble to dance.
Oh.
I don't know.
Cool. And now you've got 2 bikes, so if one goes down, you're covered.
We're covered.
Yeah, and I need to get working on selling your old V1 Ripmo from a few years ago.
So,
And your old Ripley from before we got married.
so I have 2 bikes for sale, YouTubers. Hit me up in the comments section.
Look at you selling it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Leave me a comment down below. What bike is your other half riding? Whether you have a husband who's riding, a wife who's riding, we want to hear it. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know if you want to see more videos with Jamie.
All right.
Do you want to be in more YouTube videos?
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. Okay.
Leave
Yeah.
it in the comments section.
Cool.
Is that what you say?
I think so.
I'm not a YouTuber.